everybody. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. Really welcome back. It's been a minute. I took a break, as many of you noticed. Filming just got really difficult. My life got a lot was going on. So, yeah, it's still a lot, but it's better. Things have settled down a little bit. I'll do a life update early. Sorry for everybody who doesn't like life updates. It shouldn't be too long. But I don't remember when my last video was. But I know my dog had passed. But at the end of the year, I quit my job, and we ended up adopting a new dog, and I think he's outside right now. And I think I posted pictures, or a picture, or I don't remember, on my community tab of him. If he comes back in while I'm filming, I will try to get him to be visible. But he is outside. I just leave my doors open during the day when I'm home, so he runs in and out. His name is Beethoven. So we got him at the beginning of the year. No, the end of the year, December 26th. So the day after Christmas, we picked him up from the shelter. So we've had him today for 4 months. So anyway, so that happened, and then I started a new job at the beginning of the year. So it's very relaxed. I work from home 2 days a week, so mostly Monday and Friday. And it's really nice. So like I said, that's mostly my life update. Everything is kind of back to normal. But I will say I am probably going to be filming once a month now, rather than weekly or bi-weekly. I think a end of month recap makes the most sense for me, for where I'm at, especially for the way that I'm stitching. I just feel like I didn't have enough to show during my video, so it was like a waste of time, almost, of my time. I could be stitching. So at the end of the month, it seems like it's a good time to show what I worked on during the month. So I will start with April. This may not be everything I worked on in April, but I can't remember. Quite frankly, I can't remember if I worked on anything prior to this in April. So I have 4 projects to show, which seems pretty small, but I've really been going ham on my wedding piece. But I'll show that last because, well, you know, I like to save the best for last. So I'm going to start with this project, which I have in this really funny bag. So I've worked on this. Oh, here, he's in. Well, he's not in. He's, in the room, but he's not, in this room. Come here. I want to show you on the video. Can I show you on the video? You have no idea what I'm saying to you, do you? Not even a little bit. Well, if he comes over here, I'll show him. And if not, I'll move the camera at the end of the video, if he's still inside. Anyway, I'm not sure how much editing I'm going to do on these videos anymore, because editing also is very time consuming. And so yeah, so we'll see. But I'm going to show you what I've been working on, and I got a whole page done, so I finished my goal on this for the year. This is called Carnation Quaker by a company I can't pronounce. I'm going to say Stickadine, von der Weichenberg. I don't know. Y'all know. If you know, you probably know. It's a very hard name. I can't say it. I think it's German or something. Anyway, here it is. So this is a 40 count, what is this? A 40 count Verdal? Yeah. This was the bane of my existence for the whole time I was working on it. So let me tell you. Okay, so this is a 40 count Verdal. It's a piece of fabric you can't buy anymore. It's from Grace Knits Fabrics, obviously, but it's one of their Mistake fabrics. They call it mysteries. So they can't redo this color. But I found this color to be perfect for this project. So that's what I got done. So let me tell you about this project. Let me tell you about this project. This project, really, I wanted to like throw it away at some point. So I, measured my corner and I was like, okay, 3 inches, like great, let's get started. So I did basically like this whole part here, right? Like this whole part, minus the little like feathery pieces. Just this whole part, right? And then I was looking at the tag, and I looked at the tag, and I had written myself a note. It says Carnation Quaker. I always write it on here, like what project I plan to put on the fabric, so that I can remember. I wrote Carnation Quaker, 2-inch border. I had measured a 3-inch border, and I was like, the word that I actually want to say that I won't say on the internet. So I was sitting there and I had started it with, did I start it right before I went to retreat? So Corinne, I was in there when I realized. I was in the room with Corinne and Colleen in the hotel room right before retreat started when I realized that I had effed up. And I wanted to start with a 2-inch border because this piece of fabric wasn't going to be big enough. So before I picked it out, she was like, well, why don't you just like count? And she had like a counting thingy. And you can count down and see how much fabric will be at the bottom if you just keep it. Because I knew I was going to be fine widthwise. Widthwise, I was fine. It was lengthwise that I was worried about. So she was like, why don't you just count? So I counted, I went all the way down, and I had like, probably like that much fabric at the bottom, from here to here. Like if I had kept a 3-inch border. I think it was like an inch at the bottom. And I was like, that's no good. I don't love that. So I picked it all out on 40 count fabric and I restarted at the 2-inch or close-ish because we didn't have I didn't have a corner gauge with me. And nobody had a corner gauge. So I was like, well, this is probably about 2 inches. We used other objects to try to determine about 2 inches. So this should be good enough. It should be enough room that I'm more comfortable with the amount of room that's on the bottom. So then I restarted. And I'm going along, and then I find a mistake, and I'm like, what the heck is happening? In the same motif, the same little just green motif, that's all I had done. I hadn't done any of this stuff yet. So I had to pick out more of this green motif and put it back in. Very frustrating. And then I'm going along and I finished the green motif, no more problems. I did the whole butterfly, and then I'm over here. I think I was over here doing this motif, and I was counting off of the butterfly, and something weird was happening, and I was like, what is happening? Like, why is this not adding up? Like, where am I wrong? And then I realized I didn't pick this out, people. And you would never know. I am half a stitch off on where I started the butterfly. But again, it's 40 count fabric, so I'm like, it's one hole off, so just a half stitch. It's half a stitch off. And I was like, I'm just gonna leave it. You will never notice. Like when I finish the whole piece, you will never notice that this is a half stitch off. I just made a note on my pattern, don't count off the butterfly for all of these other things. So I didn't count off the butterfly for any of the other things. So everything else is in the right place. The butterfly is the only thing that's in the wrong place. Or just like half a stitch off. But I don't care. I'm leaving it. I don't care. So that was a mess. And I think that was the only issue. I maybe had to frog like a few stitches here and there. But this piece just was like killing me. Literally. I wanted to throw it away. After just the first motif. But here we are. So that is that. Sorry, this is a very loud bag. So that's that. That's that one. Then I bought this really pretty. I'm not showing you anything that I bought because I haven't bought that much, honestly. And I just bought bags and this project roll at the Steel City retreat, so I didn't really buy much. And I haven't been, other than like my Grace Notes Fabric of the Month, which I've gotten so much of it since the last video that I am not even going to show because I don't remember where I stopped or where I started. But anyway, I finished a project and I put it in the roll. And I'm very proud of myself for first putting it in the roll and second finishing it. So I've had this project, it's a very small project, in my rotation for a while, and according to my goals, if it is a small or medium-sized project based on the height and width, and there's math involved, but if it is a small or medium project, I just stitch it until I'm finished. Everything that is large or bigger, I stitch a page or the equivalent stitches to a page. So like if it's a full coverage, I don't stitch by page. So if it's a full coverage, it's just stitch enough stitches to finish a page, or what would be equivalent to a page. Anyway, all that to be said, this was I think it was a medium. So it was a stitch to finish, which took me no time at all. And here it is. It looks so nice and flat, doesn't it? No hoop marks or anything. This roll really, really works. So yeah, so that is my finish. It is called Halloween Nomies by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And there is a ton of backstitch. I say a ton, it's not that much backstitch, but it is a lot of different weights of backstitch, I should say. Like some of them, the way that they charted this pattern, and they say in it, like, if it gets too overwhelming, just do it the way you would do it, like with one strand or whatever. But they have, so let me take like this guy, the little mummy, for example. They have all of the black backstitch. It was 3 different colors on the pattern. And that was, there was 1 strand, 2 strands, or 3 strands. And in the pattern, they say it's easiest if you just use 1 strand of floss, and if it calls for 3, you just go over it 3 times, rather than, because it's mostly the same. It's all the same color, so it's all just black, but it's different weights. So anyway, that is finished, completely done. This is on 28 count Lugana in the colorway Symphony from Grace Notes Fabrics. It was their first Fabric of the Month color, and it was perfect for a Halloween piece because it's hard to tell in this video. It's always hard to tell, but it's got like a kind of gray purple kind of tone to it, so it's really good for Halloween. I know it's not what they did it for, but it works really well, in my opinion. And that's the nice thing, is that while they don't dye specifically for Halloween, they do dye pieces that you could consider Halloween colors, which is nice, since I'm a Halloween person. So, yeah. So that's that. That is my Halloween Nomies, and I will roll them back up. Whoops. You need to be attached. I didn't have my computer charging for like months, so I pulled it out today and I was like, oh, I should probably put this on the charger so that I can make a video, because it's so old. This laptop is so old that it doesn't hold a charge, like, at all, basically. And now I have to try to tie this together. Back together. It's not that hard. But anyway, yeah, so I had to pull it out and put it on the charger, and I'm just like leaving it on the charger. That's why I'm down here instead of in my usual upstairs spot. So sorry if it's weird, but I needed the charger, and all of the outlets upstairs are like used. We have stuff in them, like lamps and stuff, and I don't feel like trying to figure out which outlet is better to use, all of that. So I just was like, whatever, it's fine. Okay, sorry. I'm getting emails. Okay. And then, before I show the wedding piece, the last thing that I'm going to show you, which I actually have a cover photo for, is everybody's working on this at the moment, I feel like. It is the 324 pattern by Works by ABC. Everybody is doing this, I feel like. I wasn't going to do it, and then I got sucked in. Yeah. And I have it in my really fun gnome bag. It's really colorful, springy, by Black Cat Extitry. And I am doing it with the 324 colors. So they have the option to do it with 36 colors, I think it's 36. But I am doing it with the 324 because who are you talking to? Like, if you know me, you know. And I am doing one motif a day, so it's really easy. For me, it's like just a really quick, like, pull the color out, put the however many, like, couple, 50 or less stitches in. Like this week, it's all going to be, this coming week, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, basically this whole coming week is going to be just 25 stitches a day because there are blocks of 25 stitches every other row or diagonal. And I'm doing it by a diagonal. I know a lot of people are going across the top or like down the side. I'm just doing it by diagonal because it's more fun for me, and you'll see that's the way I work for the most part. So anyway, here is where I'm at. This piece of fabric is way too big for this pattern because I am scared to cut it yet. I also gave myself like a giant border. I don't know if that's 3 inches or more than 3 inches. It might be about 3 inches. It just seems really big. And then I serged my edges so that it just stops coming undone. But yeah, so that's where I'm at. I am up to date. I just did this one earlier today. So this is my today, and then, this was started the first day of retreat. So 1, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That's 1 week. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's 2 weeks. So about 3 weeks ago. So this is 3 weeks of progress. One motif a day. I will say sometimes I forget to do a motif, so I have to do 2 motifs some days, or 3. But I, for the most part, have been good about keeping up and doing 1 a day, and if I don't, I will catch up back to where I'm supposed to be. And I've written down on the pattern, they have this page that is like, it's a little bit confusing. It can be confusing. This page is like all of the colors for each motif. So I'm obviously marking off like the motifs that I've done, but on here I have included like the letter for the day. So like F for Friday. So if I'm on a Tuesday and I'm like, it says S, then I'll like do the backwards math to figure out how many days do I need to catch back up on. Yeah, so it works for me that way. Anyway, that's that. And then the last thing I'm going to show, this is going to be a kind of short video for being gone for like forever, but I just don't, I can't try to figure out what I've done. So I can't do it. So it's not going to happen. Anyway, I've done a lot, so this is very exciting for me on this piece. So if you know, you know. I've been working on my wedding piece. It is my focus piece until it's finished. So what I do is I spin a wheel. I work on the project that is landed on, whether it's a new start or a current whip. And I get to the goal on that based on the goals that I previously talked about. And once I'm done with that goal, then I pull this project out and I do 1%, which is about, I think it's a little over like 3,500 stitches. And then I put it away and I spin the wheel again, do that project, get to the goal, then pull this out, do another 1%. So I'm currently on this one because I just finished Halloween Nomies. And when I finished that, it was time for this again. So we're at 30, I think I just hit 37.2 something%. So very exciting. And I've made it all the way across the top, and you will see as I hold it. Hold it up. So that is where I'm at. Sorry about the light behind us, the window. This is a little better. But as you can see, I have made it across the top. So that is the whole width of it. And I'm now going down the side. I have a lot to do still down at the bottom. I think it's still like 200 something stitches down, because it's like 500 something by 700 something, I think. So it's a lot. This is on 20, oh, and the last project was on just 28 count Lugana. Just white, I think. I mean, I know it's just white, but I think it's 28 count. And then this is also on 28 count Lugana, just white. But I will bring you in closer for some detail. But both of our faces are done. It's been a minute, I know. Both of our faces are done. That's my husband's brother. That's my best friend. She was my maid of honor. That's my other really good friend. She was one of my bridesmaids. That's the back of my mother's head. This blue is my husband's mom, but you can't really see her. That's her nose. Just right there. And then I have no idea who I'm working on right now. Like, I don't remember who was sitting here. The things you remember, right? Like, the things you remember where people were. But yeah. And then my bouquet is coming along. I'm super excited. I just took it out of the hoop, people, so sorry about the hoop marks. Because I just finished the diagonal, so we're going to start back up at the top. But yeah, super, super excited. Look at it. It's so good. It looks so good. I'm so pleased. But anyway, it was so funny. At the retreat, this is basically all I worked on at the Steel City Stitchers retreat, and literally, I think everybody came over to our table to come and see it. It was hilarious. And people were like, oh, can I take a picture of it? I was like, sure. And then some people were like, can I put it on my Flosstube? And I was like, sure. So I've seen it on at least one Flosstube so far, just in pictures of the retreat. It hasn't been like talked about, which is fine. Like, please don't talk about it if you don't want to. But yeah, I'm super pleased. His face looks really good. His hair, specifically his hair, like looks like hair. I think you can see like the actual. I feel like you can see the strands, which is wild to me. It's wild. But yeah, I'm so pleased. But anyway. I'll put it away now. I just can't stop looking at it, like, most of the time. And it looks almost better in, like, the camera than it does in real life. I mean, in real life, it's beautiful. But, like, for whatever reason, the camera just makes it look almost more like a photo. You know? I'm not going to really fold this or do anything crazy because I'm just about to put it back in the hoop and work on it. So, anyway. That is everything that I've worked on for this month. I will finish the month out working on my wedding piece, and then I will spin the wheel, and I'll work on whatever comes up, and then I will be back at the end of May to update you on what I've done next month. And hopefully monthly works for everybody. Yeah. Let's see if we can find the dog. I might need to take you outside with me, or I'll just stop this and like smash them together. I don't know. Let me see if I can get him in, and then I'll smash these together. I'll be right back. Okay, I found him. Here he is. This is Beethoven. He is sleepy and hot because he's been laying outside, and he's very confused about why I'm holding this computer in front of his face. But this is our new dude. We're super happy about him. and he's loving life. And yeah, hopefully he will join me for some videos occasionally. He's just not, he doesn't understand the video thing yet because we haven't done it since we've gotten him. But now he's just going to lay down. And this is how he lays. He lays, oh, I'm not going to be able to show you. I can't do this with the computer. Oh, there he goes. With the leg. But yeah. Please excuse the messy floors. That's just the way it goes. And all of my gnomes. I'm really giving you a tour of my house, aren't I? Okay. But anyway, I'm going to put you back. And I'm going to go. Thank you guys for being here and sticking around and waiting for me. And hopefully I won't go on any other long breaks anytime soon. But I do try to post in my community tab, at least occasionally. So if you're like, you know, worried or whatever, check my community tab because I'll usually have at least something there, or I'll try to keep an update every couple of months. So anyway, okay, bye.